Hey everyone, Corey here and welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is episode 2 of my CrownCraft series with Sienna. In this episode, we go to the Nether, explore a bastion and another fortress. I kidnap a villager and make some sketchy trades. And of course, building my house. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Firstly, me and Sienna decided to light our Nether portal because we needed to go to the Nether to get blaze rods so we can get Eyes of Ender. We entered the Nether and instantly questioned the look of the quartz. I didn't realize my texture pack had changed it, but you know, well. We started strip mining, which did actually lead me to almost dying, which I didn't appreciate. But we did actually come along a bastion, which was actually quite good because it was a treasure room. And I got a template, armor, gold, some netherite scraps, and a piece of ancient debris. This is where I almost died strip mining. Well, not really, but you know, close enough. We continued on to the Nether fortress, and when we got there, we decided to block off the blaze spawner so we can camp them and farm them. This is me just making sure everything is secure. We kill our blazes, and we end up with 12 blaze rods. We loot the Nether fortress, and I do end up getting 2 diamonds from the chest, which I actually really needed. We then decided to head home, and I jump onto the bridge and almost, you know, missed, which would have been humbling because I had all my good stuff on me. I collected my bone blocks because I needed them to do my sugarcane for books in the future. We head back home and get lost in this cave for about 10 minutes, but we did eventually get there. We head home, me and Sienna decided to split ways, and I decided to just dump everything I had into a chest. This is me and Sienna posing here and here. And I decided I wanted to finish off my house, so I ended up heading straight back to a trial chamber, which I ended up spending about, I think, an hour and a half digging blocks. But I do need them for my house because it does take forever. I ended up with about full inventory worth of blocks after, you know, my hour and a half. I ended up heading back up and going home, which, this is a little sneak peek of my house. I then decided I needed to finish the downstairs flooring in my house due to the fact it was nowhere near finished, which was just me being lazy, if I'm going to be honest. I have done oak, but I don't think I want to have oak forever. Like, I don't know if I want to keep it or not, because I don't know if I'm a fan of it yet. I'm going to have to give it, like, maybe a couple of days to see if I get used to it. This is just me staring at my house and admiring my work. I then dumped all my building blocks into a chest of my own, which I need to organize. And I started finishing off, like, the outside and the inside details of my floors of my house due to the fact that Creeper blew it up. So, you know. And then there's just a little time lapse of me running around trying to do little changes and bits to the house because it just really needed some detail, some life, and, you know, kind of all around something. It just needed something, and I didn't know what, so I just kept kind of messing around with it, having a look what looked nice. And here's me doing my floor again because I was too lazy to fill in that one. And I needed to do a little terraforming outside of the back of my house due to the fact I didn't do that because I only did it for the thumbnail to, like, cover where I needed it to cover, so I left then a lot of stone. I then headed back to my upstairs floors. I then went straight to a stronghold for books because I needed them to enchant and trade, and I did actually get quite a lot of books. I think I got about 15 stacks maybe, but you know, we live with what we get. And I did actually find another trial chambers here, which actually shocked me, but I didn't really want to explore it because I've already seen enough. I also, on my way, I did forget to record this. I captured a villager with mending for 18 emeralds, which I'm actually very proud of because I never actually check my villagers, and one time I do, I got a really good one. I then headed back home my villager and struggled for about 5 minutes getting up this mountain, which, you know, it did run away a few times, but we got there in the end. I put the villager in the room and I left it there, just while me and Sienna decided to do our little sketchy trade. I had her pickaxe, but she also needed mending, so I gave her a mending pickaxe plus her pickaxe for 3 diamonds that I needed. We finished our trade, I headed home, and Sienna ended up going around and back to her house. I then started organising all my chests, which took forever. And I'm not saying they're perfect because I know they're not, but I just need them to be partially organised because it was really stressing me out that I had no room anywhere. There was so much stuff taking up all the room when there was, like, multiple of the same item in different chests. And I just needed it all in one place. This did take me probably about 30 minutes to do. I didn't appreciate it, but, you know, it had to be done. And obviously in the future, when I get a chest room, like a professional, a proper chest room, it will be much nicer and it just won't be as cluttered, I'm hoping, but knowing my laziness, it probably will be. I then finished off with my amazing storage. I captured a llama, which Sienna wanted, because she has a llama saving sanctuary where she captures llamas, and she needed a brown one, so I captured that for her and surprised her with it because I told her to come over and I gave it to her as a gift. I also shoved a carpet on it, but then I decided to give it a white one, and it was even worse. So I then put the blue one back on it and decided to just, let Sienna go off in her way because I needed to finish organising these chests. I then had all my stuff put away, and I needed to light up my house because my house is so dark. So I decided to light up my house, and it made everything so much easier. Like, oh my god, I don't know why I didn't do this before. I did get a second villager. There's a village literally like 20 blocks away from my house. Because you have baby number 1, baby number 2, and baby number 3, which is a lot of babies. But I was going through all their trades and waiting, for them to grow up. I was looking for all their books. And thankfully, I got a Fortune 3 book from one of my villagers, which I really appreciate, but it was level 4. One of the villagers, in fact, though, did grow up to be this green one. And I did kill it because we're not having one of those. I then decided to farm my sugarcane because I needed more paper. Not just for books, but for paper. Not just for paper, but I also needed to craft books, which would have helped. This is me messing up all my enchantments because I tried to put Silk Touch on my shovel. And I just kept not doing that. And I knew what I wanted to do, but I just couldn't do it apparently. And I was struggling for so long, but this is just actually almost embarrassing. I feel bad for myself. Like watching this back, what am I doing? As you can tell, I was here for about 20 minutes just trying to sort out this stupid shovel. I then needed to terraform because my garden was still not done. There were so many holes everywhere. It was very rocky, not rocky, but bumpy, if that even makes sense. It needed a lot of terraforming done. I did fill in a little bit more of the hole. We're getting there, every day I had about 2 strips. So, maybe next episode there might be about 3 more. I then decided to head back home and actually kind of just admire my house because what? I don't know why I did that. I then decided to work on the roof because the roof had not been done. And I had the middle dome, but I didn't have the 2 other sides. That's what that zoom in was for. Went down to have a little look because I also didn't really know what I wanted to happen to it. But I did decide in the end to have 3 domes, which I actually quite liked. And we ended up with this. And I loved it. I actually love how it looks now. It is amazing. I did, however, need more sand. So I did actually go to the desert and harvest some cactus flowers, which I was actually very excited to see because I didn't think I'd find as many as I did. But here is a little sand montage. Quite a short one, but I had to head back home, smelt my glass, and collect it for ages. But then I got straight back then to put in the glass panes down because I needed those due to the fact that, I didn't appreciate the wooden borders holding off my villagers. I'd rather just have glass. But that's it all done. I then had to replace and just touch up little bits here and there in my house. But it was quite quick work and just did the upstairs glass too. I don't know what I want in each room yet, but I do want quite big and not not extravagant rooms, but I want them all to look quite nice. I do know I want a chest room, my bedroom, a library. I don't think I want a kitchen/dining room, but I do want other stuff. This is just me finally finishing off the roof, which I'm so thankful is over. I hope I never have to touch glass ever again. Because the smelting process, the collecting, everything is just so fun. But this is me when I finished it. I decided to jump down. Touch up some of the hole again because it just needs doing. I need to finish it as soon as possible. I looked at my house and I love it. I actually love my house so far. This is in its whole glory. It is only my first house of the series. I do have loads of more builds to come and obviously all in this style. I do have loads more houses/builds to come in this design. Next episode I will be expanding and obviously, as I said, maybe going to the Nether. So I hope you all come and follow along with that video too, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.